About honesty with yourself, individuality. You have to be honest with yourself where you're standing and where you want to go. Look,
when you have an aha moment like that, it's the manifestation of that next identity that's making itself known.
hello beautiful people, welcome back to Miki Farmer Show. As you can see in this video, my surroundings have been changed and I'm wearing turban. Why? Because I'm in India. I'm in my village, sitting down roof of my house, and that's why I'm making this video in the way I am, the way I live in village. And it's kind of like, kind of cool for me because I'm speaking English right now and I'm making this video in English. That's why it's kind of cool for me too. And you can see some sort of background noises are gonna come because this is how people live in here. But it's all right. Let's put this thing on the side. But today's video is all about 4 values. Okay, 4 values that I believe if you are 18 to 25 years of age, and if you're especially a man, you have to obtain these values as a foundation of your character, foundation for life, so that you can define rest of the things, rest of the career goals, or whatever you want to do in your life on basis of that. And these are the 4 values that I believe also that I have to figure out that this is what I'm going to rely on, this is how I'm going to act upon. And without wasting any more time, let's jump into it. So number 1 value that I'm going to tell you is the honesty. Okay, like, no, you being a man, you have to work, you have to do a lot of things in order to succeed in life, because you have to be a good provider, you have to deal with the society in a blunt way. But why I'm telling you honesty is the most important value that you have to have. It's not about honesty that you have to be honest with other people. It's about honesty with yourself, individuality. You have to be honest with yourself where you're standing and where you want to go. Look, honesty and being transparent to yourself in a way is like giving yourself a reality check. You should always know, you must know that where you're standing and where you're going and what are your conditions be like in the present moment. Because if you're not honest to yourself, you are living in a false hope, false world in your imagination, then something is bad and something is wrong with you. Look, you need to know your situation is defined by the surroundings that you have. Look at me now. Look, I live in Western world, but I still feel that I'm connected to my roots because this is how the way I used to live. This is how the way I used to do things. But at that time, if like 6-7 years ago, I didn't have proper accommodations in India, didn't have proper house, didn't have proper facilities and all the resources. But right now I have all the luxuries that a normal family wouldn't have in India. I've got farms, tractor, every single thing. I don't want to name on those things, but this is all about honesty. So I was honest at that time that I knew that these are the things that I need to work on. That's why I started to work. I went overseas, had to work so that I can improve things back home. That's why you have to be honest with yourself so that you can always give yourself reality check, as I say. Now, second value that I wanted to give you, and you should always have, is the kindness. Now, why you need to be kind? Look, if you believe in universe, it's all about karma. Whatever you do to others is going to come back to you. Whatever you put outside is going to come back to you. So be kind. If you know you are someone who's building yourself up, and you need to be kind with people, because let me just tell you, kindness doesn't have anything to do with your financial status or anything to do with your current status. Doesn't really matter how bad you are. You can be kind at any stage of life. That's why, even though you cannot give much to others, you cannot give much in terms of material things, just do serve people with your kindness. Be kind to people. You're gonna engage with lots of people in your daily life. You're gonna go engage with shopkeeper. You're gonna go engage with bus driver. You're gonna go engage with everyone, wherever you get in touch with. Just be kind to them. Say thank you. Say all those kind words. Because whatever you put outside, it's going to come back to you. Look, you may have experienced so many times in your life that you go walking somewhere and you feel like people are not really kind to you. They don't respect you. Why? Because you have done something bad to others in past. That's why it's coming back to you right now. So you already know how does it feel like to be not kind when someone treats you with bad behavior, when someone treats you with arrogance. You already know how does it feel like. So let's just change it and be kind to others. That's one of the most value that which can define your success, which can define your progress, which can define your character. Because if you're kind to others, it doesn't really matter whatever the situation you have or whatever the situation the other person has. If you're kind to someone, people around you will notice and they will directly say, this guy is nice and I want to work with him. He's a kind man. Okay, so kindness is really, really important if you are young men. Look, now, before jumping to another value, I want to tell you something. These values are really, really important, and why you have to be 25 and you have to be really, really clear about these values, because this is a period, okay? This is a time zone when you build your mind, when you build your habits, when you build your foundation. And whatever you build in this time period is gonna go and live for along with you. That's why it's really, really important to build these things right now when you're young, when you're below 25 and 25. Because afterwards, you know, whatever you put your mind into in your younger age, you're gonna rely on those things and you're gonna act upon those things. And if it's bad things are gonna come to you. Okay, so this period is like a golden period. You have to maximize it. This is why I'm maximizing it, and I'm happy where I am today. At least I can provide to my family, I can provide to myself, I can do things. I'm able to provide to my community as well. All those things. Now, third value that you have to obtain if you're younger, and that is family. Now, family value. I don't know where you're growing up, how important is family to you and to your older ones, and to your society, how much value you give it to your family, like your parents, sister, brother. But family. Understand the importance of family. It's not just a word, it's not about the people who love you. It's about people who you grew up with. Family is really important, man. You have to have family value. You have to be a family guy. Look, it doesn't really matter whatever you do in your life. If you can't give back to your family, if you can't give back to your parents, can't help your brother and sister, then you cannot help anyone, because your character is gonna define on the basis of that. So now let's eliminate your younger ones, your siblings from this family. Okay, you can be always arrogant. It can be different, because family situation is different to every individual. Most likely it happens between siblings. All the arguments happen between siblings. I mean, your thoughts could not match. Sometimes it does happen. And if it does match, your values match, it's brilliant. But it doesn't, it's sad. So let's not talk about your siblings. Speak about your parents. And respect your parents. Give as much as you can give your parents. I can say this thing, family is important to me, because when I was growing up, my parents didn't have much. I had a really humble beginning. Okay, and at that time I was young. I didn't know how world works. I didn't know how money works. I didn't know how to earn. I didn't know anything about earning, because only thing I knew is working in farms. So I used to work in farms. But my family was there. My parents were there. That's why they were able to provide me. They were able to give me all the things that I needed to have in order to grow. So they provided me all the things. But during their providing period, and to groom me up and making me big enough so that I can go in outer world and earn and do something for myself, in order to do all those things, they somehow lose their younger life. You know what I mean? So they lost their life. They lost their golden period when they had to enjoy the things, when they had to enjoy, their life, when they had to enjoy other material things, when they had to have all the things. Instead of choosing and spending time on themselves, they chose to spend time on me and my sister. They helped us to grow. They helped us, they didn't just help, they actually did a lot of things for us. So it's not just a help thing only. They provided for us. They given us enough food so that we won't be a victim of any malnutrition disease. I don't know if I could explain this thing properly, but yes, my parents were there when I needed them the most. So now it's my time to value them the most, because family, as I say, because this defines me, where I come from, what I'm gonna do, how I deal with people. If I can deal good with my family, if I can give back to my family, that means I can give back to anyone. So it doesn't really matter. So I want you to have this family thing, family value in you. Okay? And the fourth value that I wanted you to have in yourself, that could be your character, that could be your mindset value, but it's the basic foundation that everyone, I believe, should have. Look, and that is being optimistic, not being pessimistic, being optimistic. Always look for positive outcome in any situation, any given bad situation in your life. So let me just tell you, look, life happens to everyone. You may have struggles, you may have all the things, all the struggles, challenges, whatever you call it, okay? You will have them. And if you are pessimistic, if you are not optimistic, as I say, if you don't look for positive outcome out of any situation, then you're gonna go like this. Okay, the graph of your growth, rather than going upwards, is gonna go downwards. Why? Because you're gonna start swearing on things, you're gonna start cursing on things, and people around you don't like it, even universe doesn't like it. So you have to be grateful. It doesn't really matter. Always be positive, always be grateful, always be enthusiastic. I don't know what's the word. So it doesn't really matter. So always be optimistic. Always look for positive outcome in any situation. Because this is what I follow. That's why I am where I am today. And I'm not saying that I'm already here, but that's a journey, all right? So I'm here at the moment. I'm here. I'm already doing better than most of the people at my age, from my area, from my community. So that's what I want to say. And with that being said, all these values that I want you to have, because being a young man, look, sometimes, as I say, life happens and your surroundings may define you and shape your mind. But if you don't think and look for yourself, then, man, you cannot have control over your mindset, your values, and all those things. So you have to have these things inside you, so that outer world cannot shape your mind, cannot shape your actions. So you can be independent as much as you can. Bye bye, tata. This is what I want to say, and I'll see you next video.